The next standard we can look at is double gold. Double gold, I call it double gold because it's the same as the gold standard in that we've got two fractions that will need a common denominator, but one of them or both of them might be mixed numbers. So what we'll do, we're going to have a look at this one first, 2 3/4 plus a third. I'm just going to ignore the 2 to start with. I'm going to treat this as 3/4 plus a third. Now, just like we demonstrated in the gold, we can turn these both into a common denominator, and straight away I can see 3 times 4 is 12. So I'm going to use my cross multiplication method. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. So 3/4 is the same as 9 over 12. And going backwards, 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4. So 1/3 is equivalent to 4/12. I'm going to add these together. Now I'm going to add them first. So 9 plus 4 is 13 over 12. Now at this point, this is called an improper fraction because the numerator is larger than the denominator. I could add on the 2 at this point, but I'm still going to hold on to it. And I'm going to turn this into a mixed number fraction first. So 13 over the 12 is the same as, how many 12s in 13? 1, remainder 1. So 1 and 1/12. I then just need to take my 2, which I've left to the side, and I'm going to add this onto my 1 and 1/12 to give me a final answer of 3 and 1/12. So 2 3/4 plus a third is the same as equals 3 and 1/12. So we're going to repeat this process for another double gold standard, a mixed number plus a mixed number. Now, just like before, I'm going to ignore the 8 whole and the 3 wholes. So I'm just going to tackle 4/5 plus a half. In this case, my common denominator, 2 times 5 is 10. So I know these are going to both be tenths. And I'll cross multiply. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 4 is 8. 4/5 is the same as 8 over 10. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. So a half is the same as, or equivalent to 5/10. Going back to bronze standard, I only add the numerators together. 8 plus 5 is 13. So 8/10 plus 5/10 is 13/10, which we can see is improper because our numerator is larger than our denominator. So I prefer to turn these into a mixed number first. How many 10s in 13? 1, remainder 3, and then I put my 10 underneath. So 13 over 10 is the same as 1 and 3/10. All I have to do now, since I'm adding the whole numbers on as well, 8 plus 3 is 11, plus the one I've already got there, 12, gives me a final answer of 12 and 3